wanted to say. I got to run out for a couple minutes. I got to get my kids ready for school tomorrow. So, Mike and Dave, if you guys can take it away with the news, and I'll pop in with my story when I come back.
The new news.
Uh, all right. Well, we don't have to necessarily start right in with the news, but Mike and I
All
will
right,
talk about you while you're gone.
that's fine.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Do we get to
So
see
we've been
who's on?
waiting
I
on.
guess since we don't have the main computer, we don't get to see who's on.
I don't get the TVs
No.
on either.
Oh,
Okay, we'll figure it out.
So, what'd you do this weekend, Mr. Beatty? What was your big? I'm sure you were chasing around Facebook Marketplace things. What did you find this weekend?
so I've always had this dream of taking my 250 and making it into a dually. So I found a 550 frame that a guy was willing to trade me for a toolbox that I've got for sale. Drove all the way to Jersey just to
That's all a
realize
great story to start.
just to realize that because of the width of the frame and where the caliper is set and all, there was no way without making really extensive modifications I was going to be able to fit it on my truck. So I passed. But
That's
the guy had some
ridiculous.
really cool Cummins stuff. So
I don't know. I was out this weekend looking for rockers for the front porch, and I saw a bunch on Facebook and stuff. I don't want to go to people's houses and buy stuff.
no,
I just can't bring myself to do it. I'm that no.
you find some
I
interesting
just don't
people
want to
out
do it.
there.
Yes,
Like
yes.
this guy I was talking to online that I went to get the 550 from. He talked on the phone, sounded like an old man. And I get there and there's this like 18-year-old kid in short shorts and the cowboy boots.
Smoking Lucky Strikes non-filters.
I
Sound
was,
sounding like a male version of Phyllis Diller.
I was like, you did not sound like that on the phone.
So did you do your due diligence? Did you do your research? Do you have something
I,
that
I don't have a whole lot. I'm
in the
not gonna
news?
lie.
All right. Well, I was hoping that AJ would be here
Refresh.
to bounce off of this because I'm sure he has
My
information on it also. But
my wife's trying to pick up the live and it's saying we're not live, even though it's saying we're live on here.
oh, oh, well, it's saying we are up here.
I know it's saying we are up here.
Oh, it's uploading, I believe.
94, 90. What's that mean?
I don't know.
It-
Well, of course, we started late. We might as well have some technical difficulties. So,
Do you have it on your phone?
I'll
Do you have
I'll no, I'll just check with my eye in the sky here. See if she
eye in the sky?
see if she sees us.
Can you see me?
That's what I said. She's like, I'm here. I was like, can you see me? Mm-mm-mm.
Do do do.
Yeah. So, needless to say, I went around to a lot of antique stores. We went to this one place. They had probably 40 little kids rockers, but not one adult rocker. And they had the coolest little tiny little kid rockers, not one adult rocker.
You should make an all metal rocker.
I know I should. If
You
I had a
could you
lathe,
you know what? You could use guitar
I'd
strings
use
as
it
the
out of
back of it.
camshafts.
You could use guitar
Oh my
strings as
god.
the back. Like you could lean back into guitar strings.
Yeah, I guess if you wove them into a net or something.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm gonna double check this. See, since Franchetti left us high and dry, just sitting here, and it doesn't sound like we're even on.
I don't think we are, but I
This
could
is
be
no
wrong.
way to start our first live.
Right here it is.
Can you see it? Okay, we're actually live.
All right, good. All right, well then I'll start ours since he's got kids to say goodnight to and all that kind of stuff. So I usually, if you've watched before, I usually do like upcoming technology or stuff like AI or. So which just happened to go through with my weekend because for the first time this weekend I messed around with a drone, which I was not very good at, and I try to do it at night. So, and if you know where I live in the woods. So, needless to say, it was very sketchy. But so now this company is putting out the concept of using drones to weld. So, it would end up working out in like situations like off-road rigs where they got to have someone hanging over an off-road the side over the ocean or something like that. Instead of doing that, they just fly a drone out there. It's like a two-man operation. You got one guy that's the actual pilot that's working the drone, and then you have an actual welder that is working another, control system. It just works in a mechanical arm that does the welding, which I don't believe it's starting for short arc yet, but for arc welding, but it is, it's in the process. And it's cool because what they're saying is the drones are going to be able to scan it and do a 3D image, and then gives it time to pregame more or less and do a run through, just like the other AI stuff that we talked about. How it we use a laser beam to keep track of where the cuts are in the weld and stuff like that to stay on point for accuracy. One of the great things though is so far with the technology and stuff with welding, they've been using it to keep people out of harm's way. So like this is another big one. That and the time that it's going to cut down. I'm sure when you're on a job site and it's regulated and you have to do things by the books, it takes that many more people to make sure you're safe. It slows the process down because you're trying to triple check safety stuff, and you know, um, this is just going to be a matter of flying a drone up and getting out there and doing it. So it's going to save a lot of time in that aspect. Um, they're looking at, let's see, where are they at? Construction. They would probably be doing on like high-rise buildings, infrastructure. Inspection. You'd be able to use these drones for inspection too, going on all these bridges and inspecting these bridges. Like PA's having this big thing now with redoing all their bridges because I don't know exactly what started the whole process, but it was probably just a bad bridge that they found and realized that all these bridges in PA were being neglected. So now with these drones, you wouldn't even have to send much people out. You'd be one guy out there just doing inspections, save a lot of money and get them done quick. Then you talk about like with the infrastructure, bridges, wind turbines. You can go up and inspect the turbines for cracks. You can go up there and probably repair stuff. Any other towers, like a satellite tower, stuff like that. Um, Offshore, platforms, pipeline. And they were saying something about they're going to start using them for some kind of automotive chassis or probably for like military grade larger stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
I
but
just keep
and
picturing that.
aerospace.
I just keep seeing that video in my head of that one viral video where the guy's like out on an offshore rig and he keeps swaying back and forth, and as he sways, he's trying to like,
Trying to get the two
he's,
pieces to
yeah,
join back up because
right,
the
and
ocean
he's
was
trying to
taking the
like
two
strike an
pieces of
arc, and I'm
metal.
just thinking,
Yeah.
it makes so much more sense to have a drone out there. I mean, but I don't know, like I know helicopters and stuff have hard times flying in like, the crazy
Well,
weather.
that's
So can they get
yeah.
the
There
drones
definitely
in
is
there?
disadvantages. Yeah, that's what they're talking about the disadvantages of it. One, you got limited flight time and range. You know what I mean? So you got to
Hmm.
be within. You got to have a pilot and you got to have a welder that are capable of doing this, and they have to be within range of what to be able to do it. Um, And then they're looking at hybrid modes though, or hybrid ones. The payload, those little motors and the batteries and all that stuff's only going to carry so much, so it's going to limit the process and how much they can actually do. Um, you know, and initial cost, I'm sure initial cost is going to be outrageous. So it's not going to be something that's going to take over the field quickly because they're saying
Yeah.
initial cost.
Well, I was just thinking the Normanwood Bridge, a couple years back, closed down for a period of time because they deemed there would be some structural issues. But and I remember going over that way and seeing them like have inspectors like hanging off the side of it with rope and harnesses and all. I'm just thinking, I'm picturing this, drone being able to fly up under a bridge or over top of a river like that and be able to inspect it.
I'm
And
surprised they're not doing that at this point.
yeah,
You know what I mean? I'm surprised they're not already just using drones to inspect bridges and,
But it takes a lot
these
of
cell
people out of
phone
harm's way, like you were
towers.
saying. Yeah,
Yeah, yes. So it actually sounded pretty cool. I mean,
yeah.
I had image searched it because I was gonna bring some images up. Now I got the image and I sent it to Franchetti, but time didn't allow it to be brought up. But I had pulled up some and I was about to share them, and then I noticed it was just like made up, made up AI stuff. They look
Uh,
pretty nasty, but actually they're just tiny. Not I don't know the size, but they just look like a standard drone with some attachments on it so far. But
gotcha.
pretty cool.
Yeah. I'm
So
I'm amazed. Like I was watching an AI video the other day, and it was some guy, and I realized this is completely off welding a little bit, but just what they can do with AI. Um, Somebody bought a car. It was a BMW, and got Chat GBT, whatever it is, to write a tune for it. They put the tune in the car, and it ran, and it went
really,
faster and all that stuff. Like it's
yeah, I don't
crazy
know.
where things are going with
That's
that.
that definitely would be beyond my capabilities.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, thinking about keep people out of harm's way, so many times, I was thinking, could a drone, I don't know if it's capable, go underground, like to a tunnel or something that, perhaps might be under a building or a subfloor of a building that collapsed or something.
Yeah,
You could
yeah.
send the drone in there.
Well, they did also say about how they call them drones, but they have underwater drones now that are actually that they're have out or they're coming out that are actually will do a lot of the underwater welding, which is cool, because I'm sure that's a risky business as it is. So another way
Yeah,
of taking people out of harm's way. But it's not like people are looking at it right now. It's like, oh, it's taking jobs, it's taking jobs. But you know what? We're short 400 and some thousand welders in the industry. So if at the very most the way they start this, it's happening regardless. But if this is how
right.
they start it, by helping people stay out of harm's way. Here's another example. The other one was the nuclear power plants and stuff. How they were using those robotic arms and to do the welding. For
Yeah.
the stuff that's still radioactive and stuff. So you know, I don't see a problem with it. They're short welders anyway, and we don't we need to we need things to go on.
Yeah,
But
I did see one thing this week. I've been blown away by the price of some of the welding equipment and stuff coming out. Like I had this older Lincoln welder or plasma cutter that needs a torch, and I mean I think you have the same one, and the torch for it's like $1,200. Well, I just saw Yes Welder, and maybe I'm not sure if they just dropped it or if it's a new version of it, but they came out with a Cut 65, and the whole thing which it'll sever up to what they say 15/16 of an inch, so almost 1 inch, and the whole
yeah,
thing's on sale right now for like $200.
really,
Yeah,
I know
that's
it
like
makes you want to throw out. Yeah, it's the same as like in the when I was turning wrenches, I went out and I bought the Modus machine.
mhm,
I financed the Modus machine, and back in the day, I think that was like a $5,000 scan tool.
right.
You know, but I had the intentions of getting my boss to put the truck download on it or whatever you want to call it program,
Yeah, for the big
and
stuff.
I needed it for my own cars. And I kept that thing immaculate. I still have every piece of paperwork. I got the screensaver still on it and all that stuff. I think that thing might be worth like $400 now.
Yeah, I have an
I
old
think
Modus.
that's
The
about what they
battery's
do.
trash on it,
Well,
but
that's perfect. It's
yeah,
worthless. Worthless.
yeah.
So now it'd be better if we threw our Lincoln plasma cutters out and just
I
ended up buying a $200 Yes Welder plasma cutter.
I mean, it kind of feels that way. I mean, you look at the Hobart MIG welder that I used forever, the Hobart 140 handler. I was just in Tractor Supply the other night. Tractor Supply now is selling for $699, so $700, and that's a little 110 welder that it'll go up to a maximum of like I think it's like 18 and a half volts. Everything it's got, and then I look at the Yes Welder that I got, the DB200. Again, not a Yes Welder commercial here, just talking about what I've seen and what I have. DP200 that I bought for $440. and the thing will go up to 26 and a half volts. I mean, that's spray.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Look
saying?
how tiny they are. It's a shame. It's a shame that we don't have all the photos. I actually tried to throw my phone up in front of the camera before we got on, but I can't do it. I found this crazy. You know, we were looking for the Facebook challenge of finding different stuff on Facebook, and I found this Miller welder. And I don't know if you're watching, maybe you can Google one to see what it is. But it's called a Miller Synchro Wave 351. Now this is an industrial welder, and you should see this thing. It's like the size of a cabinet, like somebody's dresser. It's gigantic, and it's a TIG welder. And I'm like, my God, what does this thing do? If I got like a 90% duty cycle, they're like, just run it all day, nonstop.
Go for the.
But I mean, what I didn't see. What do you pull it up? Can you see it? I think
I'm
you wanted
trying to.
1,500 bucks for it. You'd have to rent a garage to store this thing. It's gigantic.
You said it was an ideal arc.
No, a Miller Synchro Wave
Oh,
351.
Synchrowave.
It's a Miller TIG welder. It's gigantic. You can tell it's like an industrial use. Might be water cooled. Might be why it's so big.
Which what was the price tag on it?
1,500.
1,500. Because they're like I just
Yeah, I think.
yeah, I found it.
Yeah, I'll say
Holy
you.
cow, that thing's
Oh, okay.
monstrous.
Yeah, it's
And there's
ridiculous.
that thing is humongous.
Yeah, it looks like an upright, like old school Craftsman toolbox with
Yeah,
a small box on the side.
I can load it for you. Yeah, you probably need a forklift to freaking load it. He said.
Yeah, thing was gigantic. I found a couple cool things. When I was on there, I was trying to search outside of our area because if you don't know, Mike and I live like spitting distance. So I know he already got our whole area, in the 40-mile, 50-mile radius already, picked through for any kind of good stuff. So also found a Miller Bobcat 250, and it's on a trailer,
That's
and
nice.
it looks like yeah, it looks like a Mike special here, and let's see here. Now they want 4 grand for it, but I'll tell you what, for that size welder, for a Miller Bobcat,
Yeah,
that right there is a business. One of these young apprentices could buy this thing for 4 grand. It's already got all the leads, long leads, all the extension cords for the grinders and stuff like that for it. It's already on a trailer. You got a mobile business right there. You know, buy yourself a little Ford Ranger or a Chevy Colorado or a little pickup that you can pull the thing around and have at it. Put a little metal rack on it or something so you have some metal.
yeah.
That would be a bad buy.
I'm always watching. I don't know why. I the old essays intrigue me, and I kind of want to play with one of them to restore it. The old essay 200s, 250s, 300s, and I found a couple of them as cheap as like 600-800 bucks. And I mean,
Oh yeah,
restored those things bring like stupid money.
yeah. I don't need another project of anything.
You know me, I'm always thinking about a project.
I don't need any projects. I don't need any more projects.
You need a couple more motorcycles.
Oh, I'll take on more motorcycles. I don't mind them. They can sit forever. It don't matter.
They can sit
They
forever.
don't cost. They don't cost me anything. I can just find pieces of crap junk and just weld to it and just have at it. They're forgiving.
They're
You've been to
forgiving.
my garage. You've seen my bikes.
You should
They're kind of
hook up,
ridiculous.
get a mobile water hookup you can hook up behind your trike.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if you're riding that thing too much. That thing's like a death trap. Yeah, without a doubt. I got a 19. It's a 1970 Volkswagen Trike with a 1950. I think it's like a 53, 54 motor, dual carb, and it's got a big old Springer front end on it with a tiny, tiny, tiny little front wheel. And I took that thing out twice, brought it back to the shop, and here's the front axle, front forks coming down, from the Springer front end, and the front wheel is like this,
Uh
just sitting
oh.
straight. And I'm like, uh oh.
Bearings
So
out
I
of it
had to order a
already?
new light. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't think they were right to begin with. It was just, you know, bad design. It's old school. So I'll have to probably make that one a little safer. If not, it'll be like a 25-mile-an-hour bike. It look good going down the road in a parade or something. The way I'm going with my gray hair and beard, they're going to be starting to ask me to be Santa. So,
Oh,
you
jeez.
know,
You're going to have to put a few pounds on first.
I can stuff up with pillows. I don't want to be Santa. Don't worry about it. I'll be the Grinch.
Be the cringe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What is Franchetti doing?
I
He's
don't
killing
know.
me.
I think you left us high and
Guys
dry
had to.
here.
You guys had to go and have kids. Get all distracted.
Yeah. I made sure to put mine to bed first.
Yeah.
I found
I know. I heard Mike at like 8 o'clock yelling at his kids, "Go to bed."
a I found a couple welding tables and an English wheel. Thinking about just like some home shop stuff.
Yeah.
Um, English wheel's neat.
Oh,
What? Good.
I wanted to talk about the welding tables we got at the shop.
Yeah,
The
those
ones that
things
we
are
got
pretty
from Harbor
nice.
Freight. So I don't know if we talked about it last time, but Harbor Freight had these little peg welding tables for sale. I think roughly they're about $200 or something like that
I think
when
it's
they're not on
189
sale.
is like the price.
180 something.
Yeah,
Yeah. But we got them for like 150. Got two of them, so we had like nice flat for fabbing, so you can have level them out, and then everything will work on. You can just use your torpedo level, make sure everything's where it needs to be, and ones that we're not grinding on and stuff. $150. Did we assemble these things? They are good. If I was starting out welding and I needed a table, go to Harbor Freight, get one of their pegboard. It came with a couple clamps. It came with a pretty thick top that looks like, as long as you're not grinding on it and stuff, you're all right. Put anti-spatter on it, stuff like that. But man, it's great for fabrication. You can make little jigs and just peg it out. Like I said, all the different types of clamps you can make. You can make all kinds of stuff, benders off of it and everything. And it's a hefty table.
yeah.
I wouldn't be hitting it with a hammer, putting an anvil on it or anything, but it's a good fab table for making stuff.
It's too bad it's like 9:30 at night because today's the last day of the sale. They were on sale for like $125 if you went into the
I
store.
know if I didn't have like I have giant welding tables at my shop, so if I didn't have a welding table, I would have went up there and bought one without a doubt. I
Yeah,
would have been dumping one of the change jars if I had to back in the day. I would have bought one of them things, man. That thing
they're, they're
is
pretty nice.
nice. I actually
I-
want one of them style tables anyway, one of the pegboard tables, just for doing
Yeah,
fabrication. And then, if you get smart about it, you can mark off the pegs and color code it and stuff. So when you're doing, you know, repetitive work on jig work, you can have the jigs all color coded with the pegs, and you can put them in real quick and make a piece and change it and make a
that's a
piece.
pretty neat idea. I like that.
Yeah, those tables are cool. I did that before when I was making little frames for motorcycle, like mini choppers and stuff.
Hmm.
And I did it a different way, but it was the same concept. You know.
Yeah, I got a little table that's got some slots in it for like holding stuff down like that. It's not as big as that one. I think mine's like maybe 20 inches by 36 or so, whereas those tables are
That's not
like
very big.
what 24 by 48, something like that, or 36 by 48, something like that. But
Yeah, they're
yeah,
decent. So there's my Harbor Freight plug for the week. If you're a new welder or not even a new welder, if you're just somebody who ain't got a lot of room to have a giant weld table like me or Mike or Franchetti, go out and get one. Any of the apprentices that we talk to on a regular basis, go get one. They're
you guys can
nice.
see how you can see Franchetti's garage. You can see what happens when you got a small shop. So we're always fighting for space.
Doesn't matter if you have a small shop or a big shop. You got a big shop, you just stuff it with more stuff. I just
Oh,
bought
I
a damn
know.
drill press. Did you see the drill press that I bought in my shop?
Yeah, that thing is
No, I didn't
freaking
buy it.
huge.
Yeah, it's like an industrial, like 1960s drill press I traded for the plasma table. Dude, that thing's
Gotcha.
ridiculous. I bet I got a hernia just moving the thing.
Did I
That's
tell you
why
I
it's
ended
stuck
up
in the
finally
shop where
finding
it's
a
at.
drill press? I found a marketplace deal. I got a little. It's a tabletop. When I think it is WEN. Well, I think it was $40 off marketplace.
Yeah.
Guy local. So
Even that marketplace.
he met my wife over at the chiropractor. So I was like, sweet. Don't even have to go anywhere.
Mike is killing. Mike, where's Franchetti? He's killing us. He left
I
us
don't
too high to
know.
dry.
I don't
Stickman
know.
Fab.
There was I almost grabbed it. I was going up to the city today to get my son's haircut, and a guy had two welding gas bottles, pretty decent size, empty but for free. And I messaged him. By the time I got up there, they were gone. So can he see the comments or anything on this, or no? We have no idea.
There is
Yeah, I'm not
Mikey, me, and Douglas Alman on.
Douglas Almond. Oh, that
Well,
was
thanks,
weird.
Douglas.
Douglas said, I have two of the folding welding tables from Harbor Freight. They work really good.
Oh,
Nice. A folding one. Is it a folding one?
okay.
This one's the pegboard one that you
Yeah.
attach. It can be either a tabletop or attach legs to it. So you have to double check. I guess we have people watching because this guy just commented. So I guess we're on. Hey, it's in your ballpark now, buddy. We ran out of everything.
Oh,
We're done. We don't even know what the heck to talk about. We're talking about the best things to shave Mike's head and stuff. We had no idea what to talk
oh
about. It's
man.
ridiculous. We were
Sorry,
lost.
I had to
Um,
get my kids ready for school tomorrow. It's the first day of kindergarten and preschool.
oh man, he's got adult sippy cups.
I do.
I need some adult
All
sippy
right.
cups.
So where are we at?
We just got Monster
Well, I
here.
did a news bit. We talked about it. Talked about some Facebook finds of mine, um, and
Talk.
we were listening to your turkeys in the garage.
Yeah, pretty much.
Where are they
It
making a
was
lot of
peaceful.
noise?
We called it a peaceful moment.
That's the duck.
Queens and crackers.
All right. I did have a news bit. I just got to make sure.
You're fuzzy. I don't know if that makes sense, but
I don't know. Can you guys hear me okay?
yeah.
Okay. I had to pull up this news bit. It was about a school that was opening up. There it is. So I'll jump back in on this little news section here. Oh, I don't want to subscribe. What? It's going to make me subscribe to see it again? Oh, there it is. Top story. I guess it is. Try again. There it is. Okay, let's try this. Let's try this one. That's better. All right. So the SCC opens nation's largest community college welding training facility in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Oh yeah.
So this, I was reading about a $33 million building, 100,000 square feet.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
And it's dedicated straight to welding.
It's dedicated all to welding technology and all that stuff.
Who sponsors this?
This is,
I
where
mean,
is it?
they asked me,
It's
and I
the
said no, I
Southeast
wasn't
Community
available. But
College up in Lincoln, Nebraska.
oh,
Yeah, that's.
well, I meant like who sponsored. As far as most of these schools are sponsored by somebody, like
Oh, I see what you're
Miller,
saying.
Lincoln,
It doesn't
Hobart.
say.
I don't know. It'd be something if you had a
Yeah,
school that wasn't sponsored, and then you could have a variety of machines so these students could learn how different machines can be. Because like when I go into
Yeah,
my shop and jump on my Miller, it's ridiculous the difference between at work on a Lincoln.
yeah.
There is a difference without a doubt.
Oh, it's crazy. But yeah, as far as I could tell, it's not sponsored. A $33 million 4 year project. They finally cut the ribbon in July, so it's up and
Wow,
running. And
that's awesome.
I mean, to have a school that big really signifies what the shift has been from the focus on 4 year, 6 year bachelor's, master's degree to,
Mm-hmm.
you know, skilled trades.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
and there's
actually,
been a lot of these
a,
schools.
a lot of this research I've been doing for like upcoming stuff like AI and technology
Mhm.
and this, and every single one of them they list just like we do when we're teaching disadvantages, advantages, blah blah blah, and they're saying the reasoning for a lot of this, and they're listing reasons, safety, this, and at the very end it seems like all of them it says lack of skilled welders is
Yeah,
why they're
I
coming
mean,
out with lots of this AI and stuff because they have a lack. I think the last statistic that I saw and mentioned was 400,000 welders in the welding industry, or they're lacking that many welders. It's insane. I was actually I was gaming today and I was playing COD and I was talking to this guy
of course
and
you were.
turned out he was turned out he was like 18 and he was talking about he's just graduating high school and stuff and he
Mm.
was talking about where he was working and I was like, listen, man, go out there and look and see what you can do, but try to get into any basic welding school. It doesn't matter as long as you pick up the trade a little bit and get out there. I was like, go out there. But I said, you can make some money welding. I said, there is a need for
Oh
it,
my
you
God,
know.
yeah.
And a lot of these places are teaching. They have their own programs. You go in and you got to do a 6 week program or whatever of their program. So they're going to teach you what they want you to know. You just got to get the basics going on.
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about this for a while. There's going to be a shift, and it's already kind of started. So I'm very anxious and excited to see where it goes from here because there was another article that I read, like you were just talking about, where they were talking about how it's so hard to get welders that they're turning to robots and technology just to make up for the space that they need, the manpower that they need. And
Hmm.
really it doesn't really make up for it, but at least it helps. It does something.
Well, the while you were dealing with your all of your turkeys over there, we were talking like what I was talking about the new technology that they're coming out with is actually welding drones and how it's going to help.
I saw the picture you sent me. I thought that was freaking awesome.
Yeah, yeah. So that people ain't got to hang over the side of buildings anymore. Think of the time that it takes. I mean, you've been on job sites where there's dangerous situations. It takes them forever to prep to do these dangerous situations. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Oh, I need safety harness here. I need this guy to check it twice. I need Bob to check it over there. I need, and you got all these safety things. When in reality, you have two guys running a drone, a welder and an operator, and bam, you
Mhm.
can do all this stuff. You can do inspections. It's awesome that they're coming out with this stuff. And like I said, right now it's not really affecting uh, the work because I mean we're at a lack of people anyway. So
Yeah.
welders aren't
Well,
hurting because of this technology yet. Now these aren't out yet, but they're on their way out. There's underwater
yeah.
ones, and they have other drones, but they're doing different type of welding. I forget what it was. I have to look at it, but
There was
nonetheless.
now you're saying that there was so I did one inspection job and it was like 2 days. This was a while ago, and I got contracted for it, and I had to inspect underwater wells. And the way we did that is we sent a submersible drone down with a very high
Yeah,
resolution camera, and we visually inspected underwater welds. Now, these weren't pipe welds, these were welds on piers,
on the
but
structure of
they were
build.
welds that were
Yeah,
done, years ago, that they were seeing the structural integrity of them. And the only way they could do it was first visual inspection, then they could do radiography underwater. But to do radiography underwater was so expensive that we were like, let's do a visual inspection first and see what we can see. So they sent a
yeah,
submersible
yeah.
down. piloting it. I'm not qualified to do that, but I would look into the camera and see what I can see. Tell the pilot to move the light around, maybe move the camera this way so I can see in better light, and see if we can find a crack or some sort of indication somewhere. We did end up finding visibly a crack. Now they still went down and did a test to make sure that's what it was because I told them I wasn't 100% sure, but that's certainly what it looked like. Turns out it was.
I wouldn't want to be that person. Because then you send
No,
somebody
I
down
don't.
there and they're like, man, it wasn't just a damn piece of seaweed. Yeah. How much this guy making?
I feel like
Right?
looking through the camera like
It's a
that. I
piece
feel
of
like
fishing string.
you're gonna have even a better view than even if you're diving down there because you don't have all the things that's fighting you. You know, your mass
The
fogging up,
variables,
everything
yeah.
else. So you
Yeah,
just have a camera view, and you're
yeah,
probably sitting or standing at a desk looking through
yeah,
that. I mean,
yeah. I'm sitting, pilot's next to me, and I'm sitting down. I'm watching him, and he's going down, and
yeah, you
I'm
don't have to
able to
worry
tell
about
him, "Hey,
jaws
move
hanging
over a
out
little
next to
bit."
you.
Yeah, right. But no, that was pretty cool. I
Yeah, I
wish
don't
I could
know.
do more of that, but that was the only one I ever did. And even then, they wanted me to give them a definite, and I'm like, I can't give you a definite,
Yeah,
but I can
right.
tell you
Well,
there's
because they know
something.
it. It's not cheap to have somebody jump down there and check it for real, I guess.
Mm-mm. And I
I
wouldn't be
say
able
for
to do
real,
that.
but
I have a dive. I am certified to dive, but only recreationally, and it's very limited. So, like jumping in the Delaware River, I can't. I wouldn't be able to do that. So, yeah, that's my little tidbit there. Um, where are we as
so
far
what?
as?
What'd you find on Facebook? I guess.
Oh, let's. I'm gonna pull it up because I found some cool stuff, man.
Oh, here you can. While you're pulling it up, answer me this. Now you've probably heard of this because you know you're just that kind of guy.
We'll see.
Did you see
What?
the Miller I sent you, the TIG welder
Yeah,
on the Miller TIG welder on the Facebook find of mine?
yeah, I did. That was
Damn,
pretty
what is
sweet.
that bad boy? Oh yeah, the Miller Synchro Wave 351. That
Yeah,
giant ass freaking. Have you ever seen or you? Was that water cooled? Do you
yeah,
think
water cooled
that's
torch.
why
Yeah,
it's
it's got a little water cooler
so
next to
big?
it. Yeah, I used one. I had a Miller's Syncrowave. Was it a Syncrowave or was it? It was an old machine. I used to use a Miller.
That thing looked old.
It was a 500 amp transformer machine with a giant water cooler attached to it. It was
Yeah,
pretty
that's what
cool.
this is.
But yeah, that's. I
That's
mean,
why I
that's a good
figured it
way
was
for
so
somebody to get
big. But
started.
The
yeah,
technology
it's
though,
what
it's
was it?
like I don't know.
Well, I
Do you
guess that
think
back
that?
then that was probably advanced technology.
Oh yeah. Do you think that? I know a lot of older guys will argue that way. Do you think that that's going to weld that much better than the new technology that's out there?
Oh, I'll be honest with you. The new technology, like if you compare a Miller Dynasty to the old Synchrowaves or Invertex or whatever, um, the Dynasty is just so damn good. You can't. It's just a different animal altogether. That I like. There's a lot of times like I am in the camp of for stick welders. I'd rather have an SA 250 over the newer Lincoln Vantages or whatever any day, just because of the way they weld. But when it comes to the TIG welders, at least in my experience, which isn't as much, the new machines are just better. There's no ifs,
There's so
ands,
much
or
more you
buts
can
about it.
control now
Right, and that's what it is.
with all the technology. I mean, you can put on so many different sets of training wheels that I won't say it does the weld for you, but it really helps in the direction of making a cleaner, better weld.
Oh,
That's like
absolutely, without a
the
doubt.
Lincoln 316 Power MIGs. You know, they
Hmm.
have them screens on them now. You just put in the thickness of the metal, you put in the polarity, the process, and it sets it all up for you. And I remember we got that at the one job I had, and I was teaching the guy that was working with me, Dave, how to weld a little bit, and told him I said, don't go by that. I said you got to listen to it. You got to Don't go by that. I think the settings are all crap anyway myself, but that's just me. I mean, the automatic settings they put it to. I'm always find myself getting outside the parameters with it.
I think you
So
just some good.
I was gonna say, so I found on Facebook. Now, I don't know how far you guys have gotten already. I had found a Hobart Champion. You guys know what that is?
Mm-hmm.
So the Hobart Champion is what the Miller Bobcat or Trailblazer used to be. It's like yesterday's technology and brand new. They're like $3,500 to $4,500, so they're very cheap for an engine-driven welder. This one's $1,800.
Wow.
Well,
Yeah,
well, I think
ACDC.
I
It's got
found.
a it's
I think
8,500
I found
watts
a bobcat.
generator. You know, they're gas powered, and yeah, they're pretty good to get started. Now, I also found something else that I thought was really cool, but I'm having a really hard time finding it again.
I found a bobcat for 1,400. I'm just saying.
Ooh, that's a good deal. Where is it? Where is it?
I also, what else I
Oh
find while we're
man.
talking? I found a Lincoln Ideal Arc 300 stick and TIG welder for 500 bucks.
Ooh, that's a deal.
Water cooled, water cooled.
That's
Mm-hmm.
pretty nice. The
Yeah,
only
it's a
thing about
deal.
the water cooled things is the maintenance. Wow, I came across a gem. Oh, I'm saving this. So this is a. Oh, the guy doesn't even know what it is. That's even better. So he found a DC only Lincoln gas powered welder. That's what he's calling it. I'm gonna take a look. This is a. It looks to me an SA 200 from the 60s. He wants $800 for it, and it's sitting on a trailer.
That's cheap.
No shit.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna message him. Oh, I can't help it.
Here,
Oh, I can't help it. He's
here's a
not very
tomb.
close, but that's fine.
Here's a tombstone
What's
for
that?
$60.
There you go. That'll get you started.
All right, I got you.
AC.
I got you. I got a better one. I got a better one.
Oh,
Now,
I
now,
can't
grant
wait.
this might not be what everybody wants, but for the price, Lincoln Electric Weld Pack 100 flux cord wire feed welder. So it's a Lincoln Weld Pack 100. It comes with a bottle, so that alone is worth has its
Mhm.
value. The welding
Oh,
helmet,
absolutely.
welding gloves, and accessories, $145.
That's
Wow.
an. Oh
The
man,
bottle
that's a
alone's
deal.
worth
Yeah.
$145.
Yeah,
Here's
that's a
Got some
deal. Somebody should jump on that quick.
little flux core, little fly. I know I
Where's it?
should show it to one of our apprentices.
What town is it in?
I just screenshot it, so I don't know.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say because if
I was trying
anybody's
to.
listening that's looking on Facebook Marketplace, we
I
can
know
narrow it down
that's
for
a
them.
steal, especially if you want to get going and get
No.
starting on your own,
What?
or just buy it, turn around, sell the bottle and the machine separately, and double your money,
yeah.
triple your
Where's
money.
this at?
I was telling
Oh, I think
Mike,
I have a buyer for this. I have a buyer for this right now.
what's
So
that?
it's a Lincoln 300A. A 300A is a Classic 2 and Classic 3. They're diesel powered. Okay, it's on a trailer. It needs an injector pump. That's easy. I can do that in about an hour and a half. That is for
I was
eight
telling
for how much? For 2 grand. I have a buyer for that. I'm gonna save that.
I was telling Mike I found the perfect apprentice buy to start a business. I found a Miller Bobcat 250 on a trailer for $4,000, all set up for welding. You can't
Is
beat
it a
that.
welding trailer or is it like a trailer just for the welder?
Uh, what do you mean? I mean, it's got all the lead hangs and probably slots for little slots
Oh,
for
okay. So
metal.
it's the full setup.
It's a yeah, yeah. It's a little. I mean, it's not spectacular, but I
Here's
would
a
use it if I was starting
No,
out.
that's still pretty cool.
Bobcat 225 for 17.
That's pretty. As long as it's in good shape, that's a pretty good deal. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there. You just got to kind of search through the crap. There's a lot of junk. For example, here we go. Century inverter, Arc 120. Guy wants $275. Why?
So what's up with the tombstones they sell at like Home Depot?
They're pretty good. They're usually either AC only or AC/DC. It's the
Thunder
same thing
cheap.
that they've been making for
I mean, they haven't
years.
changed tombstones too much.
No, they haven't changed it much at all. They're still the same thing. That's the same thing, and that's the reason why pipeliners still run Lincolns. It's not necessarily the brand. It's the fact that the Lincoln SA and SAE machines have been built the same for 60, 70 years. So if a machine goes down, chances are another guy on the firing line is going to be able to jerry rig something to get you through. Everybody
Makes
carries spare
sense.
parts for these things. Versus if you get
Yeah.
into, and I hate to say it, but the Miller machines are a little bit more electronically controlled, especially the newer ones. If you get a big 40 or a big 50 from the 70s and 80s, they're pretty good and reliable. But again, finding parts is a lot harder. The Lincoln machines, you can find them anywhere. And for the most part, these guys build their own machines anyways. They'll take a matter of fact, the guys that I'm watching right now, he has I think it's a mid, maybe late 70s, early 80s. He has a SA 300, and he built it. And then, oh no, it's a classic two.
Parts.
Yeah, so it's an SA 300. It's a classic two. But yeah, he basically rebuilt it and uses that. And it's why? Because it's a lot less expensive than buying a new SAE 300 for $40,000.
Oh my god.
So
That's
he bought
crazy
it
to
for
me.
5 grand. I don't know how much he put into it, but he definitely didn't put 40 grand into it. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, new hell. Let me look it up. What's a new? Because when I was looking at them, hell, 10 years ago, an SAE 300 was about 18,000 to 20,000, and I thought that was a lot. Yeah, 30 grand.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and then the cross country, which is a really nice machine, they're 27. Classic 300, 32. That's insane. I mean, that's a lot of money.
Are the
Remember we
Ranger
bought our
eights any good?
the Ranger eights.
Yeah, the Lincoln Ranger
They
eight.
have a little yeah, they have a little Kohler engine on the back, don't they?
I think so.
Little V twin gas.
Yeah.
They're pretty reliable machines. The nice thing is if that engine ever goes bad, you can swap it out for any V twin. Hell, you could swap that Predator 670.
Yeah.
You can put one of them
Mike
on there.
might go right down to Harbor Freight, pick him up. V twin
So
right off Harbor Freight's
if you
floor.
find an engine driven welder that has a externally mounted V twin, you get the right coupler, you can mount any externally mounted V twin onto that.
Well, if you're any kind of fabricator, you make your own goddamn coupler. Make it work.
Right?
I've made quite a few things.
There's another thing I'm really trying hard to find. The problem is that the ones that I found were already sold. So I'll explain the other one that I found that I sent. I think as Dave, I think you saw it too. I found and this might be a reach, but I found a Cat 300 or 30D, I think,
Holy
diesel
crap.
generator.
What are you pulling
It
that with?
was. Don't worry about it.
Jeez.
$13,000. Okay. Now this thing, I think it was 300,000 watt generator. It's huge. It was about the
Just get an
size of
electric
like
car and plug right into it, and it'll drive the electric car, and the electric car will
you
pull it,
drive
and
it
it'll all
forever.
be. You have to keep on adding diesel to the generator to get the car going. It'd be a big old
Well, I
circle.
just saw it as if somebody wants to have a backup generators on their either a backup generator for the shop, or if they want to power their shop by diesel power instead of getting a new electric box run to them. That would be pretty cool. That'd be a way to go if you're like way out in the boondocks somewhere.
Yeah, you
And
gotta utilize what
for
you
the
gotta
money for
utilize.
13 grand, it's a good deal for what it is. It's just a lot.
Oh, man, you waited so
I thought that was
late. I'm all peckish and hungry, and I'm not. I'm not my sarcastic self. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
that's all right. You have
The
kids. It's
Miller
not your fault.
Thunderbolt for $400.
It's your wife's fault.
Yeah, you tell her that. You go right ahead.
Oh, I just saw her for the first time. She poked in. She did a sit down with us. We chatted a little bit. We all know
Oh,
you a
did
little
she?
better now.
We told her she was funnier than you.
She jumped in
Yeah,
the
she
picture. I
told
was
me.
like, you don't look half. You don't look half as scary as he acts like you are.
Yeah, she told me. And you know what she asked me? She's like, "What the fuck does that mean?" I was like, "It's Dave."
Like he's heard you on the
She's
phone.
like, "Well, she's probably they've probably heard me scream at you over the phone a couple times." Like, yeah, they have. This
You
one,
like my
here's an
hat?
ideal.
Support my local mushroom company.
Tojo.
Oh yeah, I got mine too. Here, wait,
Yeah.
just for you, Manny.
Shout out to Manny at Tojo's, our
Wait.
super welder. Oh
Hey,
shit!
I
Look
can
at
make
this
you
guy. He
that.
got it that quick.
Hang it right here.
I don't have a
That's
cool
the one I
hat.
didn't
Sorry,
want.
guys.
That's okay.
Just
Here's a
have your
good
wife
deal
write
here. This
Tojo
is
with a
right.
sharpie on your forehead. Manny was a great.
Ooh,
Manny was a great welder, man. He's the one that made the full size metal guitar. That was wild.
mm-mm.
That was some
That
cool
thing is
stuff.
insane. I posted it on my Instagram if anybody wants to see it. It is awesome. I want him to make
Yeah,
another
you
one,
should
but it
check
was
it
too
out.
much work. If it was so much work, I
That
don't
was
think he
it
wants to do
was.
it again.
That
Came
was
out pretty
awesome.
neat. The truck he made came out pretty good too.
Oh
Yeah, that's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
That
He
low
made this
rider.
little
Low
model
rider.
truck out of stainless, and then he
Yeah.
came up to me and he said, "Can you change the color on it?" I was like, "Yeah, let's see if we can make it some gold or something."
He
Give
put
me a
M3 on
rainbow.
top of it. I said, "Hey, you're missing the B for M3B trailer rentals." And he explained to me.
I knew it. What'd it take? 52 minutes before Mike did a plug. Here we go. He's like, I got babies to feed. Here we go. I don't have.
Oh my
I don't have nothing
god!
to sell. I don't have nothing to sell with my charm and sarcasm.
I couldn't let you guys just sell Tojo on here.
All right, so since we
Well,
went through our
go
basic
go around here
findings,
to the Giant or any supermarket. Tojo mushrooms are what's there.
Yeah.
They're
mm-hmm,
good stuff.
they're all over the
I love
place.
my mushrooms.
So since we're a little kind of disheveled because this was a episode that kind of took a little bit for us to air with scheduling and all that stuff,
Well,
what
it
do
was
you say
crazy.
we
We couldn't
do?
find a day. Couldn't find a day, and then we lost somebody, but we didn't know till the last second because the guy that does check emails doesn't send emails, you know. And then
I don't know what you're
you
talking
had to
about.
go. You had to go do your fatherly duties, and just
Mm,
chaos this time. It's just not, it doesn't feel right. And then you're like,
well,
you guys take it for me. I saw
yeah,
Mike's eyes went into a mass panic.
I can't wait to watch this back.
I could see his
The,
wife in the background right there in the window, and she's like, "No, don't take over, Mike. No, you're not there yet." Oh
well, what
my!
do you say for this last 15 minutes? We do a challenge,
Oh boy.
quick challenge.
Oh, what do I got to look up now?
Does this involve drinking?
Well, I would, I guess it could.
I
Um,
promised my doctor I wouldn't drink.
what do you say we do a quick challenge on Facebook? Who can find?
Oh damn! Here we go. Mike already won it.
I
He's
know, right?
got he's already got 5 links open right now on Marketplace for some reason.
Find the
Give
best.
me a little
Find the
bit of a
best
head
welding
start
rig. The
here.
welder has to be included.
Welding rig. Welder has to be included.
Welding rig with the welder included.
Are we talking about
Doing
like welder as a person or?
no, no, no
So
welding
the
rig with
quickest find.
welder included. I don't care where it is. I'm putting mine way out. Let's see what we got. Oh man, that didn't help me at all.
Yeah, this is not.
Ooh.
This
I found a mobile welding company. Does that count?
I found a truck. I found
no.
one that would be Mike's.
Did you
It's the
find
back of a.
what I just found?
I don't know, in Honeybrook.
Honky Brook.
I
What?
think it's got
What?
everything. Dude, it's
Ha!
got
What?
everything
Right,
on it
right in the
too.
backyard?
Yep. I have a nice solid welder torch body made for workers. Has Lincoln gas welder, no leads, but it's all set up. It's got a spot for bottles. Got the welder sitting in the middle of the bed of the truck. It's a big
Yeah,
flat bed.
What?
I
Two
found it.
thousand dollars.
2 grand.
Well, okay.
Look at them knobs on them
Nice.
tires.
What'd you?
That
All
looks
right,
like
Mike.
I knew
What'd you
it.
find?
I knew it was something Mike would get excited about. He's
Yeah.
like, yeah, yeah. His hillbilly's coming out.
Haha.
All
Dude,
right. Well,
those are
I
some
found
really
one.
redneck reels to put your leads on there.
Can you show it to the camera?
No, I tried that. It don't work for me.
I can. Oh, yep. I did see that one.
I just found the
Oh boy.
the the Facebook, or I'm sorry, the Harbor Freight peg table that we were talking about. Somebody bought it and is now selling it for $70.
I guess they didn't like it so
It's in
much.
right. It's in Wrightsville. They apparently they didn't think it was so cool. There's actually not a lot of welding rigs for sale unless I'm just not looking at. Mike's like, you don't know how to look it
All right.
up.
Before you guys jump on it, I found one. This one is up actually near where I'm working, but it is a 1995 Ford F. Wait, what? The ad says F-350, but
That one doesn't have a welder on it. I got
yeah, it
that one.
does.
Look, Mike already knows. Mike's like, I honed in on your signal on Facebook Marketplace, and I could tell that you were looking at what I was looking at. I blocked
Well, this
you
is a
out from
Ford.
it.
So this is a 95
He Marketplace blocked me.
F-350. It looks like an F-350 Super Duty. Converted to a welding rig, will not part out, sold as a complete unit. Comes with custom-made welding skid that contains a Miller Trailblazer with 100 hours. Also includes two underbody boxes, large air compressor that is engine driven,
That
How
blows.
much is
and
that?
$32,000. It is
You
a
got a road
nice
ranger on it?
looking truck. It's got a Miller Trailblazer on it.
Hmm,
That's a very nice looking truck. This is
that's what
a
I mean.
really good deal for somebody. And it's a
That's
manual
why I keep
transmission
telling
too.
the
It's just
apprentices
tickle.
Oh,
they
I
can start
found
their own
it.
business for
Man,
easily
that
under a
does
hundred
look good.
thousand dollars. You could have a
Oh, look
nasty
at
rig
them
for
Oh yeah.
19.5 Alcoas.
Oh God. What? What do you find?
No, I'm looking at the one you're looking at. I'm looking at the rims.
Oh, of course you are.
He's got
There's another one for
hypertherm
three
on the back
grand.
of it.
Yeah, he's got plasma cutter hooked up to it.
nice. Now that sounds well worth it. $32,000.
Yeah, and that's the whole rig. That's including everything on it, as you can see in the picture. Compressor,
Yeah, that sounds like a good.
welder, got gas bottles. He's got jack stands. It
Don't need a
doesn't
whole
say
lot
anything
more.
about the leads, but I assume they come with it. He's selling it out as a complete unit, so it's
Here-
ready to go. That's a deal. That's a
Here's
really good
one.
deal.
Yeah.
Here's one. It's an '04 F550. Um, it's a welding and service truck, original owner, garage kept, 19,000 GVW, ton package. It's got truck, welder, air compressor, 200 feet of cable, welding machine. Um,
200
it's
feet. That's a lot.
Oh look, we can see it on his.
Can you see
Very
that
nice.
French Eddie?
Raise it up
What?
a little bit, Mike. Up a
Oh
little bit.
yeah.
There you go. Up. Not closer, Mike. I said up. Up. Man, look, I'm just messing
How high
with
you
you.
want it? Up there?
To the left. To the right.
Now slide. Now slide.
One hop now.
That's a nice
That's a pretty
setup.
good
Hell yeah.
setup.
Yeah. It's kind of like the one we saw with the big ass welder in the middle of it. Kind of the same
Yeah,
concept.
that one's
Flatbed.
25,000 in Williamstown, New Jersey.
It's not worth going
That's
to
not
Jersey
bad.
for. Sorry.
I was in Jersey last night looking at stuff.
Oh, that's your
That's
problem.
ridiculous.
Oh, here's one in West Virginia for you.
I'll go to West
Oh
Virginia
boy.
before I go to Jersey.
Take me home, country road.
Franchetti, did you hear about our bike run we're doing?
No.
Yo, he's
We're doing a
going.
bike ride. Are you gonna go? You should go.
When
So
it,
we're taking a
when
bike
is it?
ride to Virginia. I think it's September 27th. I think it is something like that. I'll tell you, but we're taking a ride to Virginia and doing Skyline. We're gonna stay
Ooh,
down there
that'd be a
for
good ride.
yeah,
Oh, wait a
a
minute. Here,
couple
guys. I got
days.
the steal of the century. All right. Welding
Oh
truck,
God.
$7,500. 1981 International Welding Truck with SA 200 Lincoln Welder on it. Runs,
Send it to
works.
me. Oh
70,
my God, send it to me.
7,500 together.
Truck has to be
Oh,
on
can you?
jack stands and running for welder to work.
Yo, look at that bad boy, okay?
Oh,
They
can you
can't
send
see
that to
shit,
me,
Mike.
please?
Okay.
Look,
Send
Mike
it.
got all excited. You can tell when Mike gets excited, he gets all loud, like he's drinking and shit.
There it is.
Look,
Mike keeps this me.
Mike hit the nail on the head when we were talking right before we were starting. He's like, you cannot take three adults that have ADHD and try to get them to do a podcast because number one, there's only going to be we're never going to start on time. Number two, one of us is not
Yeah.
going to do research. All right, and I'm not pointing. I'm not pointing or anything. I'm just saying, And then we're going to get off topic, and we're not even going to talk about anything that we're supposed to be talking about. And I spent
That's what makes this
a
podcast
good
so great, though.
7 minutes doing AI research for all of this, and I just feel like I wasted all my time.
Mic drop.
Damn it! Now I gotta buy another $12 mic on Amazon.
That's a nice
Oh,
rig there,
here's
actually.
an SA 200 for $500 on trailer in Hershey.
And listen, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure visiting Hershey anyway. I mean, who doesn't want to go to a town that smells like
Five
chocolate?
hundred bucks.
Yeah, the head's off of it though, so
Yeah. I don't like to do engine work.
I know a guy.
All right. Yeah, me too.
Who are you looking at?
All right. So, well,
I thought you were looking at me. I'm like,
we had a question from a viewer that I
yes, let's.
forgot to mention, and I think it's a really good one that we should talk about. The question is that how did we get into welding? So he wanted to ask all three of us, what is our story? How did we get into welding? And why are we not welding anymore? Or why are we not
Well,
doing it full time anymore?
I mean, I'll
Who wants
start
to
it. I don't
start?
care. I'll start.
Okay, go ahead.
So initially, the very first time I welded, it's just through work. Just I worked actually at it was called a refactory where we ground up spent catalyst, and it was one of them jobs I had to wear a respirator all day. I was young, and a guy showed me how to stick weld in there, which was cool. It was just a taste. I didn't really get really hardcore into it. But then when I worked for the union as a pressure washer and apprentice. I started seeing it. I was around it more and more. I started using torches, and that was way before 9/11. So it was quite some time ago. Yeah, and then after that, when I got laid off from that job, I went to diesel school, and they had a welding part of the school where they taught you a little bit of welding at the same time. After that, I got into a shop that had a welder, and they gave us some free run of our own time. So yeah, I was welding all the time after that. I was fixing buckets, fixing the trucks, triaxle beds, tailgates, a lot of tailgates. We had what was called frameless Alumitech trailers, and they were all aluminum. and those things were notorious when they first came out for cracking. Not necessarily because they were bad. It's just drivers didn't know how to properly dump them because you dump a whole tractor, 53-foot trailer up in the air. We had a few tip over and stuff. But yeah, once I started picking up a welder, then I started making mini choppers and making putting together motorcycles or parts for bikes and metal art. I got really hardcore into metal art, and I still weld. I weld up in my shop. I weld at work. I'm expected to weld at work. Just because I'm instructing doesn't mean I don't weld. Now, granted, I can
Right.
tell you though, when I get into a booth, because I don't weld as much anymore, I'm I've got to practice before a class. I got to get in there and do some practices before I do, because we're switching processes all the time, and I'm going into, like, I'm coming out of a 105, which is a blueprinting class I was, teaching. So I haven't touched a welder in 3 weeks, plus however long it's been since the process that I'm coming up on. Well, luckily I have a graduation class, so I'll be setting up welders and helping them and stuff like that. But yeah, I still weld, and I don't think I'll stop. I still love building bikes, or at least like customizing bikes. I can't say I build bikes because I don't build frame up bikes or anything, but yeah, I don't think I'll stop. I still will. As long as I have two eyes and I can do it. My hands, as long as my hands are steady enough to do it. I get in them TIG boots. If I have one too many monsters, I can't even show a student how to do anything. I'm all over the place. You
Well, before Franchetti goes and we hear, about
And a half hour story. Yeah,
yeah.
sit back.
So,
That was story.
um,
He's like, I was born in a small town in Ireland.
with the welder in my
We used to
hand,
put batteries. We used to put batteries together, and we used to weld together like MacGyver because we saw it on MacGyver.
and we loved it. No,
First of all, that was both of us did the worst accents ever. We should never do that again.
all right. So I took a metal course in high school, and we had literally one marking period where we did stick welding, and that was all I ever touched welding, like way back then. Got into auto mechanics, and auto mechanics started having to fix exhaust, and
Mm.
learning to weld fixing exhaust is everything you hit just rusts and blows apart and all is horrible, and it's all over your head and
Popping in,
nasty and
popping in your face.
popping. And
Getting
learn to
rusty in your
weld,
eyes.
learn to use a torch with that, and then kind of just welded around a little bit on exhaust. And I did a couple, what do you call it, hitch mounts and all, where the spots in the frame were where they're supposed to bolt up and all didn't work properly. So I welded that up on trucks and stuff. And then
You were welding the
finally,
frames.
I what
Were
was
you
that?
welding the frames, Mike?
Was I welding the frames? Not
Yeah,
supposed to, but yeah, was
I'm just kidding.
anyway.
Plead the fifth.
Is this thing
Yeah.
on?
and then finally started working with my buddy Rick the welder, and we did a bunch of handrail jobs, stainless jobs at places like Miller's Ale House and Buffalo Wild Wings, stuff like that.
Oh, no kidding.
And what was that?
I said no kidding.
Awesome.
Yeah,
That's
and
pretty
awesome.
cool, actually.
and
Do you ever
then
go
now,
back to your? Do you ever go back to these places and look at your welds to see if they're
well, I
still
don't.
there, or whether they're?
When I'm sitting at Buffalo Wild Wings and I look up at the monitors, knowing that I welded the brackets that are on there, I'm like, well, they haven't fallen
You
on me
don't.
yet. So,
I was gonna say you don't sit underneath them
Something
sons of
right.
bitches, do you? he's like, honey, we can't sit here.
but so
Move over a seat.
and then now teaching welding, so weld a little bit here and there. But I mean, I weld more when we're getting ready to put a new trailer together. When I'm fixing a trailer here for the trailers, I
Mm.
weld more on that than anything. And I mean, mostly
Doing
MIG, a little bit of stick,
doing
but
bonds.
mostly MIG.
You got that TIG
So
That's
welder.
why
Bust
he's
that TIG
hoping
welder out.
TLL will sponsor him and let him use one of their welders.
yeah, that'd be nice. So
Is it
now,
my
now,
turn?
now
All
we'll
right,
let
we're
French
ready.
Howard.
We're ready for your
All
story,
right.
Franchetti.
So,
How
well, I
God
got
took
into
you
welding.
under His wing.
No, I got into welding completely. No, I shouldn't say welding by accident. I went to school for mechanical engineering, and throughout the year that I spent in college, I realized that I hated it. Basically, my wife and I, our girlfriend at the time, was basically we were talking back and forth because I was basically failing out of every class. All right. So I was filling out of every class. Oh my gosh, that was so perfect. I was
I think
filling out
it's
of every
waiting
class,
for
couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. So I took a year off and just figure out what I want to do. Did a whole bunch of different jobs, working assembly lines and selling cars and all that stuff. And then kind of had a conversation with my wife at girlfriend at the time and decided that, hey, I think I want to try welding. I liked it in high school. So took some welding course in community college at the same time looking for an internship or apprenticeship. And the company that I applied to a lot of places, but don't ask me why I'm doing this. I don't know. But they looked at my application and they said, well, we don't do apprenticeship programs or part time, but if you come on full time, we'll teach you how to weld. And I was just kind of like, well, I got nothing to lose, so let's give it a shot. And I didn't know anything about them. They just said they weld pipe together, and I didn't know anything about it. So they kind of just took me under their wing and taught me how to weld pipe for oil companies.
Ain't nothing
Spent
wrong with that.
Well, I spent 7 years with them, 7 years with a natural gas company welding for them, and then got my welding inspection license. Started doing more inspecting than I did welding, and then I ended up teaching with you guys for a while. Really got into that, but I mean,
So I'm
obviously,
sure more people will
I
be
still
interested
weld,
how you
just
got.
not.
Yeah.
I don't pipe weld anymore.
I mean, what was
So
how hard was it to actually get your CWI?
it's the
Is that your whose heart
it's just,
monitor is going off? Is that Mike's heart monitor,
No,
or is that your turkey? You're supposed to go like feed your turkees or some shit.
no.
AJ, is that what's going on?
It's my wife's
You
sensor
fucking
thing for
guy.
her
Oh, I'm
blood
sorry.
glucose.
oh
Oh,
god.
does that mean we're stressing her out?
Probably. I do a pretty good job of that.
Is she listening to you?
Both of you are a mess. Like Mike, it looks like you guys put no time into this. I'm like back here fixing plants. I'm like adjusting lights. I'm like, I'm trying to fit like
Oh yeah,
Stu's
I'm a
artwork
mess.
in. I'm trying to, you know, you look like you like sat on something in your garage and just put it there. And I don't know
I did
why. But
actually. I'm on a bucket right
some
now.
your whole face is blurred out half the time. Mike just keeps sitting in front of his air conditioner. At least he took the fly strip down this time. You guys got to you guys got to put a little more effort into. You know, I spent 20 minutes just combing my mustache.
I dust off
Don't sniff too much of that. So yeah, that's basically what my story is. Now I know what's funny
Yeah.
is that I'm watching, so I'm doing inspection work for the oil company that I work for, and we have contract welders that are welding, and usually the funny story is that most welding inspectors are not welders. I've never welded. Most of them don't. So a lot of the welders know that. Sometimes I make it a
Yeah,
point
that
to kind of, push myself in a little bit. And a lot of times welders will test you. So they will either, especially the older guys, especially the guys that have been around for a while and don't care for inspectors. There's not a lot of them out there anymore, but there's still a couple of people that come out and like, oh, what does this guy know? So when they came on, we were doing some work, and then we had a day where the welders weren't doing a whole heck of a lot, so they had the helpers just um, practice a little bit for with some scrap pipe that we had, and they were practicing. Of course, I got all excited because I got my stuff in the back of my truck. I'm like, "Ooh, I want to jump on!" And so I jumped on, and they're kind of looking at me like, "You know how to weld?" And he's hanging onto the box, and I weld a little differently than most other pipe welders do, just because of the way I learned. So I'm telling them to turn it
welds
way
with his
up when they're not
toes.
expecting it, telling them to turn it way down when they're not expecting it, and I'm burning rod down this weld, and they look at it, and they finally look at me like, "You a pipe welder?" I'm like, I was. Now I'm watching you guys. So every once in a while, I like to kind of stick my nose in there and be like, look, I know what I'm looking at. Because we've had a couple issues in the past of some guys that, like, I had to pull the world qualifications of a 62-year-old welder before, and he told me one of the things he said after popping off at me was, like, I've been welding for 42 years and I've never had a problem. I'm like, dude, you've been welding for 42 years the wrong way. Sorry.
Yeah, people love hearing that shit, right?
Yeah, I mean, and it's God's honest truth sometimes. Like, they think they're the best in the world when they've been welding for 40 years, and then you look at it and you're like, dude, no.
You've
And
been
I've been
getting
doing this for
away
40
with
years
this
this
for
way. I'm like,
40
yeah,
years.
that's the problem.
I'd be like, that's why
No.
I have a job, my friend.
Hey, Franchetti, read the
What?
comments. Read the comments.
Just wait until you see his podcast room soon. I'll make sure there's no fly straps around.
What'd he say?
Oh, God.
Is Mike commenting on our thing? Is that what's going on?
No, his wife is.
Oh.
Which makes it
See, I
even
can't see
funnier.
nothing. I don't know. What'd she say? I want to
She
have
said,
Woody
just
come
wait
back
until you
on.
see his podcast room soon. I'll make sure there's no fly straps around. I can't wait.
I was supposed to say
You gotta be
traps.
like me and get right on the machine.
What's
Wow.
She
she
take a
saying?
stab at me?
Her mind's in the gutter. So we'll just go with that.
Okay.
Oops.
This is great.
Yeah, this is great.
Well,
You guys got to get together, man. So we were supposed to have another person here. Let's call
He's
him
yeah,
bald
the
too.
elephant, the white. I know
the
another
elephant in the
bald
room.
guy.
Another bald guy.
I tell my students that flux causes baldness, so I tell them
Stick
I'm not
welding
taking
for
my hat
15
off.
years.
I'm not gonna take my hat off. I'm gonna wait and wait and wait, and then eventually one day I'll take my hat off for a bunch of donations.
For what,
That'll
hair
be my thing.
transplants?
Transplant.
Nah, I'll own my hairline, buddy. I'm proud of it. Not as proud as Mike. Not as proud as Mike is, but
Oh, I don't know. My wife's not too happy about my hairline.
I don't think it's your hairline. I think it's more the fact that you just don't do anything with it.
Part of it, too.
Hey, if you can't grow it, mow it.
That's
You got
right.
like a mad scientist thing going on
So I
there.
keep trying to tell her.
It's, it kind of looks
That's what I'm
like
trying to do. I'm
fucking
going
the
to
guy
grow it out
from
for the winter.
Kramer.
Oh my gosh, if you would grow it like down the middle of your back with that what you have left, oh, that would be
I
wild.
might do it. I might do it just to piss her off because it's kind of funny. Although if she's listening to this now, I'm not going to do it. But it's funny
I don't know.
because
You
she
have it
owns a
pretty
hair
long.
salon, so I
Oh,
don't have
that's
any
worse.
hair.
So,
That is
yeah.
worse. That's so much worse. So I walk in and they look around and they're like, "What's this guy doing here?" God, she called me.
Do you do you make sure you take your hat off and mess your hair up when you walk into the salon in front of your wife and all your fellow workers?
Yeah, when it's time to get my hair cut, because you know, I wait until it's very long until I get it
Yeah,
cut.
man.
I'll walk in and it's
Yeah,
all like,
walk in there all mad,
I walk in there with
looking
like a
like some
lazy eye.
Nickelodeon character.
I walk in with like a beaker of slime or something.
Oh gosh.
Oh, all right.
Well, it's getting kind of late.
It is.
It is. It is most definitely.
I've kind of ran out
The
of stuff
qual
to talk about. I'm
I
also
gotta go
kind of
hang out.
Quality's going
disheveled
down.
because,
I gotta go hang out with Dave first thing in the morning.
oh no.
Yep. Yep.
All right, so when
We're
do
gonna
we
kill
want to
it.
do the next recording? Well, actually, we should probably end this first.
Oh, you don't want to do another live and then run away on us?
I'm not. Yeah, I know, man. I don't trust you for another. I'm not
Nah,
gonna do another live for some time.
I'm gonna go. You
Sorry.
know what? Should I go get her?
He did this. Literally, he's like, "All right, guys, I'm gonna put it on live right now. I'll be back in like 10."
Bye!
What?
He's like, I'm testing them. I'm seeing how
Like,
they
isn't this
do.
stick man? Isn't this stick man fab? I don't.
Where'd he go?
1 hour later.
Okay.
We need the
Yeah,
whole
yeah. It was like a
SpongeBob sign.
SpongeBob
1 hour
episode.
later.
It was about an
We
hour,
should have.
wasn't it?
We should. You. It took you a good 20. It's all right, man. It was for your kids. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
All right. So do your little wrap up, and then
Okay.
yeah, we can bust on you
All right.
offline.
Well, that concludes our little disheveled episode 3 of Ark of the Covenant podcast. I think. Well, I can tell them already. I can say what our next challenge is going to be for the next episode, right?
Hmm.
Might
So
as well let me
for
know since I
episode,
don't check emails.
well, I'm going to tell you now so you don't forget. Even though I'm going to have to
Don't
remind
forget.
Mike like every day on the day.
True.
So for episode 4, we're going to compile a list of stuff that we get to make the best welding rig, or I should say mobile welding unit that we would build for ourselves. Here she comes.
For our own processes.
Why are we talking about you? What do you mean?
Because you're a big part of his life. That's why we're talking about you. You're A1. The queen.
Here she comes. Are you coming over? Oh. God. Jesus Christ.
She's
All
like,
right,
I have
well,
a gun.
she's got 29 of them. Done.
Holy crap. I thought my wife was dangerous with just one.
Oh yeah, the ducky. They did see the duck, but I can put it on. I can put it on the podcast.
I
Queenie
love how
Quacker.
your wife laughs. It sounds so funny.
I love that duck.
That was
People
not a
grown
stuffed
now.
animal.
I got you. Yes, this concludes episode 3 Ark of the Covenant podcast. Episode 4 is going to be we're going to build our own welding rigs from Facebook Marketplace and auctions and all that stuff. See who comes up with the best one. Mobile welding unit.
Nice.
So
Nice.
that's it.
I get.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Say bye.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you. See y'all later.